Good morning, and may I take an opportunity to introduce myself. I'm not new to television. I've been on broadcast television for 2 decades after I launched The Rose Lee Show, which delivers a passionate message that encourages viewers to take a proactive approach to their life. As a young mother of a son with disabilities, I was driven to help others who also had unique life responsibilities, and I did it on and off camera. As a broadcast journalism graduate student, I designed a news program to capture real-life solutions by identifying and resolving a myriad of life challenges. The show features expert guests who share solutions to resolve life concerns. From healthcare innovations to advanced lifestyle tips, the show airs nationwide, so watch us here every Thursday morning. Sending your child to school is very complicated today, and safety is not the only concern. So if you're a parent looking for resources to navigate through the school options, remember, there's traditional public schools, charter schools, magnet schools, online schools, homeschooling, and there's been much growth in school options since National School Choice Week began in 2011. National School Choice Week is a nonpartisan, non-political public awareness effort that shines a positive spotlight on effective educational options for children. Joining us to discuss school options is Andrew Campanella, the president of the National School Choice Week. Good morning, Andrew.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Andrew, you've known me for some time as a mother, a national disability advocate, and journalist. And I was determined to help my autistic son find educational options. Decades later, he became a student prepared for higher education and now attends Florida Atlantic University. This is a real dream come true for my family. So that was my driving force as a mother. Education is a gift in life. What was your driving force behind your passion as an advocate for National School Choice Week?
Well, first, congratulations, because you stood with and helped your child get into an awesome school and really have set him up to pursue his dreams. And I think that's just incredible. In terms of me, to be honest, the driving force behind why I do this is my mother. My mother is a teacher. She's the best teacher in the world. And I watched her every single day go to school and teach kids and give it her all. And I think that we don't focus enough in this country on the good things that are going on in education. Great teachers like my mom and so many others who are so dedicated, so compassionate, who care so much about their kids. And the fact that there are so many great teachers working in all different education environments, caring about kids and wanting them to be prepared for success and prepared for real life.
All right, now tell our viewers more about the goal of National School Choice Week. And I know you have many events around the country, but how does the awareness continue throughout the entire school year?
Sure. The goal of School Choice Week is to let parents know that when it comes to their children's education, they do have choices. And you mentioned many of them: traditional public schools, public charter schools, magnet schools, private schools, online academies, and homeschooling. We want parents to use School Choice Week as an opportunity to evaluate the education settings their kids are in. And if they want to make a change, start doing their research now. Don't wait until summer break, because if you wait that long, you'll find that you may have run out of time.
I'm in agreement with you, Andrew. There are many great teachers out there, and they can make or break a student. So tell us, how does our state stack up in the nation when it comes to educational opportunities?
Well, I may be in California today, but I am a Floridian, and I am proud to say that Florida parents have more choices for their kids' education than families in most other states. Florida has a broad and diverse open enrollment program for traditional public schools. which means that parents can choose public schools in almost any district, regardless of where the family lives, a diverse private school choice program, public charter school sector, theme-based magnet schools, statewide full-time online schools, and of course the freedom to homeschool. So there have been so many different advancements in school choice in Florida, and there are options to look at during this school choice week.
I'm glad you pointed out Florida's academic strengths out there, because many tourists and new residents think negatively about our education system, and they're totally misinformed.
Absolutely, and Florida is a success story in terms of increasing achievement, increasing graduation rates, while at the same time expanding the portfolio of options available to families.
And we have a wide variety of diverse students who come from all over the world into our school districts.
That's right, and Florida is getting the job done in terms of educating kids and families. And what you see in Florida, I think, can be a model for the rest of the country. You have school districts working with charter schools and magnet schools and private schools, collaborating together, even though they're competing. It's not a nasty level of competition. It's healthy competition and collaboration. That's what we need to see in education.
So how can parents find out what their educational options are?
Sure, we have a school choice guide on our website, schoolchoiceweek.com, and it's specific to Florida. So if you go to schoolchoiceweek.com/mystate and choose Florida, you can download a one-page PDF that has a lot of links to state resources if you want to get this school search process started for your own family.
All right, one last question. Many opponents say that school choice takes away from traditional public school funds. How do you address this issue?
The way I would address it is by saying that of the options that parents have, traditional public schools, charter schools, magnet schools, and online schools are all in the public sector. So when we're talking about school choice, we're not talking about an ideology, we're talking about a reality, and that reality is helping children learn.
Thank you, Andrew, for sharing the educational options created through National School Choice Week. For some parents, there's limited school choices for their children. Their concern is to find qualified caregivers to help care for their child. At a recent rally in Florida, advocates for people with developmental disabilities gathered in Tallahassee, the state capital of Florida. The Florida Developmental Disability Council, ARC of Florida, and Florida Association of Rehabilitation Facilities partnered to create awareness of low wages that are earned by direct care service workers. Valerie Breen kicked off the event presenting strong speakers like Sylvia Pino. Sylvia's passionate voice resonated throughout the crowd as she shared her firsthand experience as a mother, an advocate, and caregiver.
Outsiders look at us as special people with special children that God has given us, when there's really nothing special about our lives at all. We are a part of a culture that is undivided by race, gender, or religion. While our children's abilities may differ, we oftentimes share the same feelings, that no one wants or cares about our loved ones at all. To us, there's a hidden message when no value is placed upon those who step into our parental shoes to keep our children safe and healthy, sometimes long after we're gone. It sends the message that says something more like, your children are useless, helpless, and a burden to society. So since they're your children, you should take care of them. And those who care for them are not as valuable as the folks at McDonald's drive-through window. Those who make the decisions for us and our children don't often ask our opinions, and the rules they make don't always show anything other than they really don't care anything more about us or our children than that. Now, that's not to say that there aren't some who do. As Dick said, there are some who do, but we wouldn't be standing here if it was all taken care of. I share my story to say that while there are some providers of service who may think it's easy money, those providers don't last long. Direct care is not a glamorous or high-paying profession. I've done it before. And our agency closed down with the budget cuts. There goes that turnover. Those who do it and continue to do it must have compassion for others and passion for what they do, because it can be extremely difficult, as we parents know. The ones I'm counting on to now care for my sons and thus allow me to have a normal life are those who recognize my struggles and want to lessen them. They realize that the love and care that I have for my children surpassed all the difficulties, all the challenges, and all the abnormalities I had to bear. They see the fear in my eyes as I trust my children to them, worrying about what will happen when I'm no longer here and what would happen to my children without them. They understand that my love for my children is priceless and immeasurable. I make sure that they know how I feel about them and that their care is priceless and immeasurable to me. Neither of my children are here with me today, and they're not with their sister either. They are being well cared for by providers who have given me the freedom after 13 years of doing it on my own to get married and live a typical life, knowing that they are in excellent hands. It is my request that those who make the decisions see the value of direct care professionals through the eyes of those who count on them and pay them according to their worth.
Advocates who came to Tallahassee presented an important takeaway for the crowd to take with them. And caregivers do work hard for their money. If you're one of the millions of moms suffering from fever phobia, being terribly worried about your child having a fever, you're not alone. According to a recent survey conducted by Braun Thermometers, 82% of moms surveyed believe fevers can cause brain damage. Joining us this morning to calm parents' fears is Dr. Deborah Gilboa, an internationally respected family physician, parenting expert, and founder of AskDoctor.com. Good morning, Dr. G.
Good morning, Rosalie.
Every parent fears their child could be involved in an accident or have a terrible illness that could cause brain damage, mostly if it was caused by a fever. So tell us, when you're counseling parents, how do you calm their fears of the fever? And how would you explain the most accurate process of taking your child's temperature?
Rosalie, you're so right. It's easy to feel afraid of a high temperature, but almost always, that's a safe, good thing that your child's body is doing to fight off the infection that it's faced with. The most accurate way for parents to know exactly how high is this fever is to check in the ear canal at home. That's because the tympanic membrane, the eardrum, shares the same blood supply as the temperature control center in the brain. So you know, if you use Braun's ear thermometer, that you're getting a really professionally accurate reading in a way that's comfortable for your child.
The survey also found 4 out of 10 moms believe using the back of their hand on their child's forehead is a good way to determine if they have a fever. I must admit, I still do it today with my son, even on my husband. So is that an old fallacy?
And you know what? It's a really good way to make our kids feel like we care about them and we're connected to them, but it's a terribly unreliable way to check a temperature.
How about a child or even an adult that says, I feel so hot, I must have a fever? How accurate is that?
It's incredibly important for our kids to know how to advocate for themselves and describe what they're feeling in their body, especially if they don't feel well. But feeling hot on the inside isn't a good indicator from a child or an adult to know if they have a clinical fever. So go ahead and listen to them and respect that, but also check.
Tell us about more survey results, like 82% of moms believe a fever can cause brain damage in the child. Can fever cause brain damage?
Almost never. So what's really important is to look at the whole child. So you've tested their temperature in their ear and you know exactly what that number is, but also, are they drinking? Are they playful? Are they sluggish laying on the couch, don't want to move? Do they also complain of pain anywhere? How has their eating been in the last day or so? when you look at your whole child and you feel worried, that's the time to reach out to their caregiver. Never worry that you're going to call your child's doctor's office and they're going to say, you shouldn't have called us. We never say that. What we want to know is if you're worried, you know you can reach out and ask the questions you need to ask.
The survey also reported half of moms wake their child in the middle of the night to give them fever-reducing medication. Is that needed, or is sleep better for a child?
Sleep is really good for healing. I understand the need to be able to monitor their fever, and that's important. Go ahead and use something like Braun's no-touch forehead thermometer so that you can know what their temperature is without waking them. It's almost never necessary to wake them up.
What other tips can you offer parents who are worried about their child with a fever?
I actually really want parents to recognize that although it can be frustrating or scary when our kids get sick, and I have 4 kids and I sometimes feel like, oh my gosh, one of them is always sick, it's also a great opportunity to not only show them how much we love them and care about them and form that connection when they're not feeling well, it's also a great time to teach them how to start taking care of themselves, how to speak up when they don't feel well, describe what's going on in their body, communicate what they need, and this is just a tip for moms, don't let them get away with really bad behavior because they're not feeling well. It's okay to say to your child, I know you feel sick, but you still can't speak disrespectfully to me or be mean to your brother. You still have to be a good kid.
Should a parent encourage their child to eat healthy while they're ill to fight off a fever?
So eating is useful all the time, but if you're not feeling well, I mean, Rosalie, when you're sick, you often probably don't feel hungry either. Kids don't always have to eat, but they always have to drink. So it is important with a child to keep track to make sure they're drinking enough. And by enough, I mean, are they urinating regularly? And if they're not, if they haven't had wet diapers or you haven't noticed them going into pee, with older kids, you can say, hey, because you're sick, I need you to let me know when you're using the bathroom so that I know you're staying hydrated.
Thank you, Dr. G, for educating our viewers to the most accurate way to check your child's temperature and calm worried parents' fears.
Thank you.
You know, health and wellness experts all agree a diet high in protein and low in sugars and carbohydrates offers significant benefits. And that's the core of the South Beach diet. Cardiologist and South Beach diet developer Dr. Arthur Agustin joins us along with Dawn Zier, CEO of Nutrisystem, that recently bought the South Beach diet and now introduced it as a home delivery diet. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Doctor, you're a passionate cardiologist who 15 years ago introduced the overnight sensation South Beach diet. You shared what you knew best, how to prevent heart disease and teach others the facts that contribute to heart health. How long had you been using these techniques in your practice prior to writing the book?
Well, it really started in the mid-1990s, and I was watching my patients, along with the public, get heavier and heavier and sicker on what was then the recommended low-fat, high-carb diets. And the problem was when they went to low-fat, we substituted bad carbohydrates. That's sugars, processed bread, rice, pasta, French fries, and that set off a survival mechanism that early man used to store fat in warm months when food was available that helped us survive the winter famine. With no winter famine, of course, especially in South Florida, everybody just got heavier and heavier and sicker. And we realized for our heart patients, medications wasn't the answer if they had bellies, prediabetes, and diabetes. And realized that we went to the good carbs and good fats, that they broke this cycle of really sugars going up and down and the survival mechanism. So it broke that bad cycle, and people could lose weight and feel good and improve their blood chemistries.
Dawn, recently Nutrisystem acquired the South Beach diet. How do these two companies' missions align and now grow as brands?
Well, both brands are in the business of transforming lives and helping people become that healthier version of themselves. So, the mission is very aligned. Nutrisystem has as one of our core things that we do very well is home delivery to consumers. And for a long time, which is great, because if you think about lifestyles today, we're very busy. We don't have time to cook. We don't have time to eat healthy. We love the principles of the South Beach diet and developed a food program with all the things Dr. Agustin just talked about, the good carbs, the good fats, the low sugar approach, and developed a program that now can be delivered to households to help millions of people lose weight. We know people who struggle with weight loss often try different types of weight loss programs, so we're very pleased to have two well-recognized, scientifically backed programs, Nutrisystem and South Beach, that we know work. No fads, no gimmicks.
Doctor, explain the process to start the South Beach diet and then transition into Nutrisystem to eat healthy the rest of your life.
Well, from our point of view, a lot of South Beach dieters were foodies. They spent had time to shop and to cook. But our challenge was making it accessible to the general public, and that's the big issue. So by just making a phone call and getting food that tastes great and that gives you that first phase where you lose weight and your cravings is a great head start. And you can move to the second phase with the Nutrisystem, and then just go to the third phase, you're on your own. So it's both educational and healthful, and and even for me, I'm a chocoholic. I cheat over the holidays, and I use Nutrisystem to get back on phase one and set myself right. Otherwise, my wife said I could only do radio, no TV. So.
All right, Dawn, tell us where we can learn more.
Learn more at southbeachdiet.com. It's not only accessible, it's very affordable, $11 to $12 a day, which if you think about, driving through a Starbucks or something like that, you can get breakfast, lunch, dinner for that price. And again, it works, and, we're committed to helping America get healthy.
Thank you both for joining us this morning to share how to break the sugar habit to maintain a healthy weight and a healthy heart.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Are you ready to discover what's on the horizon to ensure you have the wardrobe or pieces to make a fashion statement with the hottest looks for this season's trends? We have the inside details of this season's looks, and you need to know they're inspired by runway and street style, and they're anything but ordinary. Here to offer exciting new opportunities to refresh your style and try a new look is style expert Jamie Crow. Jamie joins us to help decode the hottest trends that are here to stay and incorporate them into your own wardrobe. That's the key. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning.
Jamie, you began your career in fashion working with a costume designer. So tell us, as a fashion expert, what factors do you use to help identify the hottest fashion trends emerging this spring season?
Well, there's so many beautiful and, most importantly, wearable trends this season. Now, this is where we uncovered U.S. sales data to really show off the best, biggest, and most popular trends of the spring season. So I want to share some of those with you now, starting with the first trend, which is all about transparent clothing. Now, I know this can sound sort of intimidating and risky, but it's actually really wearable and beautiful. So all you have to do is take a sheer blouse and layer it over a tank or a dress, and it always looks really feminine and effortless. So it's a great first trend to get involved with this season. The second trend is bright, bold colors. So of course, pastels will always be in season for spring, but we found actually from September to January that red dresses outsold lavender dresses by 197% on eBay. Now, if you're looking to wear a bright, bold color like red, for example, and you don't want to do it in a dress, you could actually do it in a jumpsuit like this one I found by BCBG for a really affordable price. And the next trend we're seeing is plaid and black and white polka dots. They were all over the runways, but our data clearly shows that plaid is definitely the winner. It's really popular, and it's a great way to transition from winter to spring. So this is a great example. Do an oversized plaid blazer over a dress and jeans, and you're good to go.
Accessories help tie a new look together. So share some hot accessories to update last year's look.
Yeah, well, when it comes to accessories, I want to talk about handbags and sunglasses. But first, when it comes to handbags, it's all about the micro purse or the mini purse. Now, sales for this micro purse actually increased by 38% from 2016 to 2017. It's not going anywhere. It's because it's really compact, it's easy to wear across your body, it's comfortable, and this one is a great brand by Tory Burch, and I love the bright yellow. And when it comes to sunglasses, it's all about the cat eye sunglasses. So a great variety of brands and designers to choose from. These are from Quay. These are Versace, and actually 8 pairs of cat eye sunglasses were sold every hour last year on eBay. So another trend that's not going anywhere, and they instantly make you look polished without breaking the bank.
Speaking of a budget, if you're saving your money to spend on new trends, what tips can you offer viewers to achieve this season's new look?
Well, definitely do your research. Look for great sales, look for deals, free shipping, and also you can actually categorize by price point. So if you have a budget you're trying to stay within, eBay makes it really easy. You can put in your price point, put in what you're looking for, and you can search that way. So it's really seamless. Also, a lot of people don't realize that 81% of the merchandise on eBay is brand new. So see what you're looking for, put in your price point, and if you want it immediately, you don't even have to wait. There's no bidding involved. You see it, you like it, you could buy it immediately, and it's yours.
Like the eternal little black dress, what other important must-have wardrobe staples should every woman own?
Well, I definitely always say the trench coat. This is a classic staple. It's always sophisticated. It looks good with anything you already have in your wardrobe. And this season, we're seeing it embellished, and we're seeing it with fun colors. But also, you could choose these trench coats with, again, within any price point. There's a huge variety of brands to choose from Topshop, Calvin Klein, to even the iconic prestige Burberry trench coats. You can find them all. Now, when it comes to shoes, it's all about the kitten heel. So this is a great alternative, especially for us ladies. Instead of those high heel stilettos that can hurt our feet, these are ultra comfortable. They're versatile. You can wear it with denim or with dresses, and every brand and every sort of color wave and pattern you can imagine. These are Steve Madden, for example. These are Kate Spade. So the kitten heel is definitely the it shoe of the season.
So where can our viewers find these trend-setting looks?
So you can go to ebay.com/fashion or at eBayFashion on Instagram and Facebook to find inspiration, a huge variety of brands, designers at every price point, and all in one place. So it truly is a one-stop shop.
Thanks, Jamie, for joining us to decode the hottest trends that are here to stay this season and beyond.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed Rosalie's resources this episode, and take some of this and apply it to your life concerns. As parents, we all have responsibilities to take on a positive role model in our child's development. Wisdom and understanding is the platform to develop skills in life and enhance our child's odds of leading a rewarding life to whatever level. Share with us how you advocate to inspire and enhance the skills and talents of your child's development at facebook.com/Rosalie Show. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Rosalie Show. And watch this episode and many others here on Discovery Life Thursday mornings or 24/7 at RosalieArcherShow.com. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you soon. The proceeding was a presentation for The Rosalie Show. The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of the station.